it's me again for the first of today's videos, and yeah, here we go. As we're starting off with Bermuda. It's hard to... There isn't really any real evidence of humans living on Bermuda until 1503 by Europeans, as there was hardly anything about the visit. But in 1511, a Spanish historian named Peter Martyr, and his publication of the Gaitoria Babylonica mentioned the Spanish explorer Juan de Bermudez, who discovered Bermuda. But very little is known even about this discovery, although Bermuda's real history started in 1609 when a group of British colonists landed on the island after the ship got wrecked off a nearby reef. And in 1609, Admiral Sir George Thomas had set sail with a fleet of about 9 ships from Plymouth, England, towards a new English colony of Jamestown in Virginia. As a chief, Somers was aboard a flagship Sea Venture along with 150 settlers and sailors, and a dog, as you can't forget one of them, as they can be useful at times. As the fleet was caught in a severe storm, and on the way, the flagship Sea Venture got separated from the remaining vessels. And the fleet was caught in a severe storm, and on the way, the flagship Sea Venture got separated from the remaining vessels, and a long struggle. The sailors of the Sea Venture were somehow able to notice the eastern reefs of Bermuda, and were able to steer the ship towards the rocks, but the ship got wrecked on the reefs, but all on board were able to survive, including that one dog. As the survivors later were able to get safely to shore, as the survivors later built 2 new ships, the Deliverance and the Patience, as the ships were constructed mainly from the plenty of cedar on Bermuda, and the material stripped from the Sea Venture itself. Having constructed the 2 new vessels, all of them set sail again from Jamestown after 10 months later, but Somers left behind 2 volunteers so that the British claim on the island could continue, and since then Bermuda has been continuously inhabited. And first, the Earthside part of George Somers, the original name of Bermuda, was given Somers Isle, which continues to be used as alternative name for the island, as he is known as Somers in St. George, Bermuda, and yeah. And there was actually another disaster waiting in Jamestown when he got there, and upon reaching Jamestown, they found out that there was an entire population of the new colony who had reached there earlier had died out of starvation, and about 500 English settlers who arrived by ship before them, only 60 of them were still surviving, and most of the survivors were either sick or dying. And the food of the new settlers brought with them from Bermuda were too little, as Somers decided to return everyone to England. And just then arrived another relief fleet carrying food supplies, so everyone finally stayed behind, as the food that the Sea Venture settlers had brought earlier were mainly pork meat, and they found like wild pigs on Bermuda. They said that the previous visitors to the island left the pigs to breed, so there could be a ready supply of food to passing ships in case of an emergency. As the episode of Bermuda pigs had a long-lasting impact in Bermuda, and got referred later even in their currency as Bermuda hogs. As Somers returned to Bermuda later to get more food supplies for Jamestown settlers, as he fell sick and died in Bermuda. In 1612, for the first time, a group of settlers went to stay went to Bermuda by the Virginia Company of England to begin the official settlement of the islands, but Bermudians still consider the year 1609, when George Columbus and his men first landed there, as the beginning of Bermuda's history, as by 2010 they were celebrating the 400th anniversary of the island, from 1609 to 2009. And in 1612, Bermuda became a self-governing colony, although it continued to struggle for 7 decades to make a viable economy, as the island was divided into 9 administrative areas called parishes, and an administrative leader for each parish was appointed. And Bermuda also has a history of slavery for over 200 years, as the first slaves were brought into Bermuda as soon as the 1620s, after the colony was formed, as they were mostly Africans or the Native Americans. And during Victorian times, wealthy farmers used to come from North America to Bermuda as they would look for eligible bachelors working with navy or military to whom they could marry their daughters. As it was kind of like a start of tourism kind of thing. As Bermuda's first historical event was Juan de Bermudez. As with more than 400 years of history, with the British settlement, imports of slaves and immigrations of many nationals, including Portuguese, Caribbean and others, Bermudians have adopted traditions and local customs that have influences from such communities, including food, dress and behaviour. As for example, the British afternoon tea is almost a way of daily life for the locals, as the level of hospitality and friendliness is pretty much unparalleled elsewhere. As a married couple takes a vow walking through moon gates, which is supposed to strengthen the bondage, and many other beliefs, traditions that are only found on the island kind of thing. As onions have a long history on Bermuda and are now part of the island's heritage, as at one time the crop was introduced to Bermuda in the early 1600s, as not only became a staple crop of the island, but its high quality stand started drawing major interest from the USA and UK, as Bermuda went to become a major onion exporter, as the large farms on the island turned into onion harvesting to take advantage of the lucrative trade. But like everything, like the sugar and all that in cotton and previous videos and all that, it kind of like did fall like after World War One, but by then the island had already made enough impact to make Bermudians feel proud of the crop and took pride in what they called an onion, as there were many Bermudians who made great contributions to the people of the island by bringing in change or their sheer influence and unique lifestyle. Many of them have gone unrecognised and have been fading away with time. It's an effort to look back in memory of those who have shaped Bermuda and all that. As Bermuda has had a list of Bermuda premiers who have run the Bermudan government and the leaders of their party and early life and political careers, as the list starts from the 60s when the first independent government was constituted on the island. You could say that is autonomous if not independent. And I couldn't exactly go through a video on Bermuda without talking about Bermuda Triangle. As yet, the Bermuda Triangle is a strange triangular area in the Atlantic Ocean, where many ships sailing through and planes flying over have disappeared and all, and in only a few of them wrecks have been found, and the crews have vanished, as it's said to be happening for centuries, as more than 1,000 ships and planes have disappeared within the triangle over the past 5 centuries, and such mysterious incidences of the Atlantic continue to happen even to the present day. As there are many stories. Well, I have watched a couple of videos on YouTube, as I do subscribe to a couple of things on, like, not this channel but my other Google account, which is private. There's aliens supposedly. Aliens come into it, as always. As it has been novel writers that have been perpetuated by them. The abnormalities on the sea were first noted in 1950 by Edward Jones, the daily newspaper Miami Herald, published in Florida, but the mystery started catching wide-scale attention in 1952 when George Sand wrote in Fate magazine about the incident of Flight 19, a training flight of 5 torpedo bomber planes, all of which went missing during a training session in late 1945 and never returned. I have also heard that the plane that went out looking for him also disappeared, but as subsequently several authors wrote about the various mysterious incidences within the triangle, and while some of the reports were dubious or without much background, several incidences have actually occurred and remained unexplained. As the words around the mystery started to spread fast, as soon Bermuda Triangle was a reality, at least in the minds of millions all over the world. As the simplest of all definitions, the Bermuda Triangle is located off the southeastern coast of the United States and form a triangle zone in the Atlantic Ocean, as the 3 corners of the triangle are Miami in Florida, San Juan in Puerto Rico, and Bermuda in the North Atlantic, as the Miami kind of in the United States and Puerto Rico tomorrow. As the American author Vincent Gaddis was the first to define the boundaries in 1964 as in an issue of the magazine named Agassi, and called the area the Deadly Bermuda Triangle. But over the years, several other authors kept extending the area beyond its original boundary, because they seem to identify mysterious incidences to nearby areas as well. And that's Bermuda for me, and I'll be with you very shortly. Bye for now.